Hello and welcome to my presentation on cardiovascular disease. Today I will be talking about cardiovascular disease, which is a disease that appears in your cardiovascular system. I got this information from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. This article that I got it from was published in 2016. So, by the end of my speech, I hope you guys are more educated on this subject, and I hope that you guys can apply some of the options I will be discussing in my report and presentation. So, I will be discussing three main points throughout my presentation. The first point is what is cardiovascular disease? My second point will be what is cardiovascular disease doing to our society? And my last point is how can we prevent and stop people from getting cardiovascular disease? So moving on to main point one. Cardiovascular disease occurs in the cardiovascular system, which includes major arteries, veins, and your heart. Pretty much anywhere where blood can flow is where you can have issues with your cardiovascular disease. So cardiovascular disease, by definition, is plaque buildup in the walls of your veins and arteries, which can restrict blood flow and can cause a backup in blood and can also cause a stop in blood flow. So, according to the Texas Heart Institution in 2015, your cardiovascular system includes the heart and the circulatory system. Your veins is where the blood goes through, and plaque buildup can prevent that. As you can see in this picture, there are blood cells trying to go through your veins, and there's plaque restricting full flow through your veins and arteries. So cardiovascular disease is a non-selective disease, which means it does not select individuals. It can be gotten by anyone. Anyone can get cardiovascular disease. It doesn't matter on race, ethnicity. It's non-selective. So that brings me to my second main point. What is cardiovascular disease doing to our society? So, cardiovascular disease is and has been the #1 cause of death since 1921. There's an approximate 17.3 million people killed every year due to cardiovascular disease. As you can see, there's a graph here, and it shows the increased rate of cardiovascular disease throughout the 1900s. And you can see over here in 1920, there's a skyrocketing point where there is a constant increase into the 350,000 annual deaths. And that's when it started getting really, really dangerous. So, my last main point will be, how can you prevent and stop cardiovascular disease? There are 7 steps according to the Texas Heart Association for preventing health and heart disease. So the first step is getting active. Getting active means doing cardiovascular activity, high intensity, usually for about 60 minutes a week. So 60 minutes is all it takes, and that can improve your health by so much and can reduce your risk of getting cardiovascular disease by a whole bunch. The second step is to control your cholesterol levels. So controlling your cholesterol levels is very important because cholesterol is what causes plaque buildup in your veins and arteries. So you can reduce your cholesterol buildup by eating healthy foods like oatmeal, almonds, salmon, and even avocados. Step 3 is eating better. So eating better overall improves your chances of reducing cardiovascular disease. Which leads me to my fourth point. My fourth point is manage your blood pressure. So go in at least once a year and get your blood checked to just have an estimate of where you are and how high your blood pressure is to see what steps you need to take to either improve or to decrease your blood pressure. Step 5 is to lose weight. Losing weight is very easy. All it takes is cutting out fast foods, unhealthy oils and fats, and replacing it with some greens, vegetables, white meats, salmon. Which brings me to my 6th step. Reduce your blood sugar. Reducing your blood sugar means getting rid of all the nasty sugars that you can find in candy, and replacing it with good sugars that can be found in fruit, eating broccoli or cinnamon. Those are healthy alternatives. And step 7 is stay away from smoke. Smoke is the biggest cause of cardiovascular disease because it is so harmful to your cardiovascular system. It reduces the quality of your heart, and it can prevent blood flow. So if you can cut out first-hand smoke or second-hand smoke, this can increase your chances of not getting cardiovascular disease by a whole bunch. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.
So, 15 seconds.